This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Yes, Eminem stopped by Lil Wayne's Young Money Radio, and a lot of things that they discussed included the new Michael Jordan documentary, which we're about to discuss. Also, one thing that they both do, and it has to do with their lyrics, because they've been in this game for quite some time. Listen to this.
You start getting to the point where you rapped about everything, you rhymed every word there is to rhyme.
Everywhere. I literally, bro, when I'm doing some of my you can, if you go through my phone history, with my Google history is going, and you press L, first thing gonna come up is Lil Wayne lyrics. I literally have to Google my lyrics to make sure I didn't say certain stuff.
Oh my God.
Before.
Yo, I swear to God I do that too.
Man, that's how long we've been doing this.
I just did that last night.
I can't think about what could they have not ever talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both got a lot of bars between them. That makes sense. And especially Wayne, because I don't think Wayne writes. Wayne says he just goes in the studio and raps. So, yeah, I'm sure you have to keep track.
Now, other things, if you want to listen to the whole interview, Eminem talks about pleasing old fans and trying to reach new fans as well. They talk about Killer Mike and Run the Jewels and, a lot of different things. So that's a good interview and some donations that they're doing right now. So it's pretty dope to listen to. All right. Now, since they discussed the Michael Jordan documentary, let's talk about that. So Michael Jordan talked about his father's death, and there was a lot of conspiracy theories. They said, different things about gambling connections, and Michael Jordan's father was murdered. His body was found near the North Carolina and South Carolina border. They searched for him for weeks. Here's what Michael Jordan had to say.
It did hurt, but you had people that were throwing darts who wanted to hurt me anyway. It wasn't from the people that I loved or the people that knew me and people that cared. It was the people that, got tired of me being on top.
There isn't a thimble's worth of evidence to connect that horrible incident to Michael Jordan's gambling or any other aspect of Michael Jordan's behavior.
Man, I almost cried. I was right there. I felt the welling up happen, especially when they showed him breaking down in the locker room, and what they did to Michael in regards to his father and blaming him is what all you lame ass social media conspiracy theorists do nowadays. All right. Talking about everything and everybody like y'all have a clue. And I think it's so whack that people could not understand the toll the game was having on Michael Jordan's mental and emotional well-being.
Absolutely.
Like, yes, he needed a break. He had to walk away. Like, it was no conspiracy. Like, look at what he was going through. Like, Jesus Christ.
All right. Now, Michael Jordan also talked about his retirement not having anything to do with gambling. There were people saying that was why he retired. And here's what they said about that.
The folklore, the urban legend that I sent him away because he was gambling. Ridiculous. It no basis in fact.
I didn't retire because the league kicked me out or they suspended me for a year and a half. That is not true. There's no truth to that. I needed a break. My father just passed and I retired. And I retired with the notion that I wasn't going to come back.
Prime example of people trying to understand what's going on in somebody else's mind. It's not up for you to understand. It's for that person. That person made a decision for himself. You don't have to justify, well, why is Michael walking away? Michael know why you walked away.
Now, he also talked about being hard on people. And when you watch this documentary, some people might say, he was so hard on everyone. Well, here's what he had to say in response to y'all people.
Winning has a price, and leadership has a price. I challenge people when they don't want to be challenged. And I earned that right because my teammates came after me. Once you join the team, you live at a certain standard that I played the game, and I wasn't going to take any less. Now, that means I had to go in there and get in your ass a little bit, and I did that. You asked all my teammates? The one thing about Michael Jordan was he never asked me to do something that he didn't do. When people see this, they're going to say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Well, that's you, because you never wanted anything. Look, I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
That's right. Winning has a price. He is a winner. He has a certain level that he plays at, and he wants everybody to rise to that level. And I don't have a problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah, meaning
he got 6 championships.
They sure did.
And then Gary Payton spoke about the Seattle Supersonics versus the Bulls in the series, and he said he did know how to play against Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan responded to those comments.
A lot of people back down the bike. I didn't. I made it a point. I said, just tire him out. Tire the out of him. You just got to tire him out. And I kept hitting him and banging him and hitting him and banging him. It took a toll on Mike. it took a toll. And then I feel myself resting him a little bit. And then the series changed. And I wish I could have did it earlier. I don't know if the outcome would have been different, but it was a difference and beating him down a little bit.
I had no problem with the glove. I had a lot of other things on my mind.
How do we feel about that? They lost the series 4-2.
They did.
The Bulls won the first 3 games. Seattle won 2 in a row. I don't, it's easy to say you didn't, you could have held Michael, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you didn't.
You can't talk about what you could have did when they beat you. Honestly.
Yeah, and Gary Payton is a beast, one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
Glove, absolutely.
But they lost
he was
that
saying
series
if he was
4-2.
guarding him the whole time, maybe. I don't know. They did win 2 straight.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Nobody
forced the
gave
game
a
6, but yeah.
I just don't think. I
it's
think
funny to hear
nobody
Michael Jordan's reaction to that, though. That's what's interesting.
Yeah, nobody beats Michael Jordan if Michael Jordan don't want to be beat.
Absolutely.
I truly believe that.
All right. And, Sunday nights is also Insecure nights as well. And I just want to shout out to Yvonne Orji. She has her first HBO stand-up comedy special, Mama, I Made It. And here is the trailer.
I just wanted to bring you all here to my home. There is no way I could do a special about my life without showing you my life. My parents are desperate to get me married off. The first dude to show up at my house with a go might be the right one. This is where you negotiate my bride price. About how much do you think it will start at that age?
I might just take $1.
Sophia, why $1? Am I a stripper? My mom, she leaves me voicemails all the time. This is your mother. Time waits for nobody. You are no longer a spring chicken. Happy birthday.
Dropping the cool bombs for Yvonne Orji, man.
I actually had a chance to go see her do stand-up. I really like Yvonne Orji a lot. So shout out to her and congratulations. I'll be watching that.
Absolutely.
I saw her when she opened up for Chris Rock a couple years ago.
Yep. Me too.
All right.
I don't know
I'm
when it
Angela
was.
Yee.
I know it was BC before Corona. I know that much.
I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.